Life Story of Lal Bahadur Shastri, the Gentle Lion of India. Chapter 1. The Boy Who Walked Barefoot. In a small town called Mughal Sarai, a quiet boy named Lal Bahadur Shastri began his journey with almost nothing. He had no shoes, no bicycle, and no lunchbox, but he had dreams bigger than the sky. Every morning, he walked miles to school barefoot, sometimes through rain and mud. Once, his worn-out book slipped from his hands and fell into the river. He cried, not for the book, but because he knew his mother couldn't afford another one. That day, he promised to never let poverty stop his education. At home, he helped his mother fetch water and clean the house before studying under the dim streetlight. His teachers often noticed that he never spoke much, yet his eyes showed determination. When a rich classmate teased him for his torn clothes, Shastri smiled and said, "It is not clothes that make a man great." Those who knew him began to believe that the boy who walked barefoot might one day lead the nation with his honesty and heart. Chapter 2. The Young Man Who Chose Simplicity. As Lal Bahadur grew older, his hunger for learning grew too. He studied hard and completed his education with the support of kind relatives who admired his discipline. But his heart was drawn to serving others. He started attending public gatherings where people spoke about courage, kindness, and truth. Inspired by these ideas, he joined groups that worked for the welfare of people in villages. Once, while traveling by train, he gave away his own ticket money to a poor man who had lost his. When the ticket collector came, Shastri calmly accepted the fine without complaint. The officer was moved by his honesty and let him go. These small acts made people respect him even before he held any office. He lived in a small room with few belongings, often wearing the same clean, simple clothes every day. His life became an example of quiet discipline. Those who met him felt peace, as if they were meeting someone who truly lived his values instead of speaking them. Chapter 3. The Humble Servant of the People. When India began to shape its identity after independence, Shastri worked tirelessly in public service. He was not loud or demanding, but his results spoke louder than words. Once, when a severe food shortage hit the country, he made a personal decision that touched every home. He suggested that families skip one meal each week to support others in need. To prove his sincerity, he asked his own family to do the same. His wife once prepared a meal on the fasting day, thinking he wouldn't notice, but Shastri gently reminded her of their promise. That moment became a lesson shared across the nation. Leadership means sacrifice. He often visited farms, spoke directly to farmers, and encouraged them to use new methods to grow more crops. He believed that the hands that tilled the soil were as important as those that guarded the borders. This belief later became his famous message: respect both the farmer and the soldier, for they hold the nation together. Chapter 4. The Calm Voice of Strength. When difficult times came upon the country, many expected fear, but Shastri remained calm like a mountain. He spoke few words, but each carried meaning. During one period of great tension, he spent sleepless nights meeting officers and hearing reports, yet he always greeted everyone with a smile. Once, he visited a camp where young soldiers were preparing for duty. Without any grand announcement, he arrived quietly, shook hands with them, and listened to their stories. A soldier offered him a chair, but he sat on the ground beside them, saying, "If you can sit here, so can I." That small moment lifted their spirits more than any speech could. People began to see him not as a distant leader, but as one of their own. He taught that courage is not about anger or loudness. It is about steadiness. In those days, the people of India learned that true strength could live inside a gentle heart, and that silence could sometimes be stronger than noise. Chapter 5. The Last Journey. In the final chapter of his life, Shastri's health was delicate, but his sense of duty never faded. He traveled to another country for an important peace meeting, hoping to bring calm and stability. Those who were with him said he looked tired, but peaceful. After the meeting ended successfully, he spoke to his family on the phone and said, "Tonight, many people will rest without worry." Those were his last known words. When the news of his passing reached home, the nation was silent. Millions stood in queues to pay their respects. He left behind no property, no mansion, and no collection of riches, only a notebook filled with thoughts about honesty and unity. In his modest home, his family found a simple diary and a few clothes neatly folded. Even in death, he taught simplicity. His story reminds the world that greatness is not measured by power or fame, but by truth, humility, and quiet service to others. If this video touched your heart, please like and share the video and subscribe my channel Glorious English for stories like this.